Hello everybody, Flik here. It's time for yet another Let's Look At. Today we're taking a look at Space Rogue by Red Beat, Explore, Panic, Fight. As you can see, these are some first impressions based on 2 full games which took me just over an hour according to Steam. Got me to level 2, whatever that means. I have no idea if you can actually do anything with space points, but what is Space Rogue? It's basically FTL, Faster Than Light, with a different visual style and maybe a bit harsher on you as far as RNG goes, but that could just be a problem with the current early access build where balance isn't quite where it's going to be at the full release. So yeah, to get that out of the way, this is an early access game. Put my usual blurb about what that means here, please, to save me having to do it yet again. It's in progress, you're not seeing a finished thing. Keep that in mind, be it good or bad, this is a work in progress. So anyway, we're not going to bother playing through the tutorial. I can take you through what happens when we start a game. So we will just jump into... Well, actually, what I can start with, actually, is something that this has that I wish FTL did, to be honest. Massive amounts of customization options. I know you can customize your starting ship and crew and whatnot. I don't mean that. I mean it almost like a Don't Starve-esque way of customizing your world. So these are all the options you get when you start a game. So if you do find something in particular unfair, you can alter it. Like, for example, maybe enemies or your team takes too much damage from when you start running out of O2 on your ship. Lower it. If you really don't like that aspect, you can change it. Same with a particular damage type if you think they do too much damage, or just all weapon damage in general. Although I assume it applies to you and enemies, so you aren't handicapping the enemies, you are just bringing everything down. Unless ships... Oh yeah, hang on, that's specific to enemies there, so you can actually make enemies a lot weaker. You know what I'm going to do? I actually think the enemies are too tanky, so for this game I'm about to start, I am going to make enemies have 25% less health, and that's it. I just feel like they're too tanky. Fights go on too long for my liking. Galaxy size is totally fine with me. Credit words is fine. Standard start conditions is fine with me. That is all okay. The rest of it is totally fine. That at present is one of the main things I've noticed. Fights take too long, enemies are too tanky. With that, you also get a customized seed, so if you make a game that you particularly enjoy or a world you enjoy, share it. Although I have just noticed because I have lowered one of the stats, it's actually dropped my point rate, so I'll get a minus to my final score. Whereas I assume if I make it stronger, yeah, you get more. Simple enough. Good. Alright, let's jump into a game where enemies are... Well, actually, maybe I should show off the base difficulty, and if I die too quickly, then I'll show off a customized game. Yeah, let's do that. We'll go into just a proper new game that the game generates for me. I don't know if there's any way to check the seed of the world the game's generated for you. Let's see if we can find that. Also, you kind of get a randomized mission. I've seen 2 different variants of what you're supposed to be doing. This seems like a third. So, Victor Ray, the general of the Earth Federation, is obsessed with the idea that humanity is superior to other races. Ray is secretly assembling a fleet so that he can unleash an insane war against the Galactic Council. You and Ray have a history. One of your colleagues, a former officer in the fleet, has discovered the location of Victor's forces. You must get this information from him as soon as possible. I don't like that it interchanged between calling him Victor and calling him Ray. That made it a little bit confusing. I have also noticed some spelling errors, but, you know, early access. So we'll continue. So yeah, you get a randomized mission. You've just to keep going deeper, making yourself stronger as you go to find the mission. Like, for example, I had to, like, spy on some people for one of them. I can't quite remember what my first game was. It's all generated randomly. This looks nothing like any of the other worlds I've started in. This is where my ship is. There's my ship's stats, my health, or hull, shield, and then all the various stations on board it. We can have a better look at it by doing this. So we start with the captain. As far as I'm aware, the captain is the only one who influences the efficiency of the room he's standing in. So I'm going to put him in the weapon room. Oh, we're getting slowed down, aren't we, by environmental effects? Yes, we are. Yellow nebula slow the crew's movement speed. Oh, and also engine recharge speed. Interesting. That said, I like having an engineer in the shield room and an engineer in the engine room. This is our warrior. We'll have a look at our crew in a second here, but that's the basic ship layout. We start with this ship build anyway. I haven't unlocked any other ships. With a missile, or, you know, missile launcher, and a basic laser gun. Also a special power that makes you do more damage to the area you've selected on the enemy ship, and a heal. You also have a crew teleporter if you want to send your warrior over to cause some trouble. In the top right we have our credits, and we also have what's called Tritanium ore, which is also used for trading and doing some important stuff. We can have a look at the important menu here. So there's our ship, it's the FR Alamo. Can I actually rename this? I cannot, sadly. Just looks like a big car, doesn't it? There's its hull, there's its shields, what my evade chance is, and then we can have a look at our crew. Your crew level up, but you have to spend money to actually do the level up, and these base stats all level up depending on their job. Engineer, engineer, warrior, captain. And you can also upgrade your ship, which is actually I honestly keep forgetting to do, which is probably why I start having such a tough time later in the game. But yeah, you can upgrade your ship's systems, specifically, you know, there we are, how much it's healed by, weapon slots, etc, etc. These also use titanium. So with that, let's get started and see what awaits us. There's random events in FTL style, although they do seem weighted to giving you bad results, in my opinion anyway. Hull damage just happens way too frequently. You find yourself near a Chaxian space outpost. Several ships immediately emerge from it and head towards you. The Chaks state that they want to perform a customs inspection, so I can try to escape or just let them. I'll just let them. Hey, nope, there we go. The Chaks don't expect your ship so much as raid it. They're clearly trying to provoke you, but you give them no excuse to start a fight. They leave empty-handed. Assess the damage. They damaged my hull for 6 points. See what I mean? We're going to get a lot of hull damage, but at least nothing else came of it. That's fine. Let's move on. So there's actually an SOS coming from there, but there's also harmful radiation. Let's have a look. I'll risk it. It's early enough in the game that I can restart. The distress signal is coming from a ship of robots. We can't believe our sensors. You are so easy to bait, meatbags. It's a trap. The robots are preparing to attack. Alright. So the game starts paused, which is just as well, because then I can go over the battle system, although if you've played FTL, to be honest, it's exactly the same. You select a weapon, you select which section of the enemy ship you want to fire at, although you can actually move over to the enemy ship, which I do enjoy. So we can see the layout. They don't have a captain, they've just got 2 warriors, I believe, right? They've got O2, I don't think robots need O2, so I won't bother hitting that. What we will do, though, is focus fire on the shields. We will fire our rockets at the shields, and we will fire our lasers at their weapons. And with that, oh, what's the environmental effect? Dangerous star radiation may cause fires on board. Oh joy! Although it applies to them as well, as far as I'm aware. Alright. Let's do this. Unpause. It begins. They're taking out my shields, I'm taking out their shields. The radiation is taking us out. I can actually help repair that instantly. There we go, we'll just do that nice and quick. Oh, I don't have auto fire on. There we are. That is nasty. Is that some kind of flak cannon he's firing at me? Oh, there it is actually. It's an assault cannon! Yeah, they've got a very nasty weapon, and this can sometimes happen. As I'm saying, the balance of the game definitely needs work in a whole different bunch of areas. Oh, they've used a psionic attack to hypnotise one of my crew members, to make him move away from the station I put him in, for some reason. They're also trying to escape. But yeah, I've had my ship wrecked, quite frankly, by the first ship I've ran into. Also, at present, there isn't really kind of explosion animations in. I really hope that does change in the full release. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be enough balance in enemy ships. Also, I just got Skyped. Apologies for that if you heard it. We did, however, get a fantastic hull there. That's actually one of the best hulls I've seen from a random fight, although it was an SOS, wasn't it? Although there was a trap also. Our hull's not looking too great, but we did get a first aid thing. So what does that do? Let's have a little look at it. Is that just the same as what I have? Heals all crew members in the selected bay for 50 points. That's not worth taking. They're fairly easy to heal by just sending them to sick bay there. Also, before I move on, let me just quickly leave the system. I was actually going to say I'm going to quickly tell the person on Skype I'm busy recording, but let's get the hell out of here first of all. Remaining current system until I put that fire out. There you are, gents. Please do that, and then that'll mean I can show off the healing aspect. They lose a lot of HP from putting out fires. You know what's not a good idea when you're putting out a fire? Standing in the fire. You know, just call me crazy, but that seems like a really stupid way to put it out. We're losing. See how much hull we're losing per tick of fire? I've already lost like a fourth of my total ship's hull. Right, now go get healed. And also very quickly, let me quickly tell that person on Skype. I am recording, give me 20 minutes and I'll be here then. Apologies for that, but it's better than hearing constant Skype messages, so. Yes, I should go on busy, etc, etc. So, that's fine, we're still surviving. Our hull is in bad condition though, but we can deal with it. If we come across a shop, I can spend some of these credits we have, so let's move here. See what happens. Oxygen leak squawks the automated announcement system. You quickly check the ship and find that the last hyperjump tore several sheets of hull plating. Oh good. You discover hull breaches in the damaged spots. Oh yeah, dude. Does this heal hull breaches? Oh, it totally does. Fantastic. There you go, gents. Unfortunately, there's only 2 compartment slots, so... Yeah, they lose a lot of HP from having to fix hull breaches as well. And as far as I'm aware, there's no way, like in FTL, to open doors to share the oxygen. You know, that old tactic. Oh, don't die, don't die, don't die! He died. That's unfortunate, I wasn't paying attention. Although, he did leave the room, and there was oxygen. But whatever. I said he wouldn't spam Skype messages if I said I would be busy and get back to him in 20 minutes, and then you just spam 3 messages. This is why I should go on busy. But anyway, yeah, we lost a crew member. That's fantastic. That's the way it goes. Oh good, and there's more harmful radiation. Please be a shop attached to this. I desperately need it. Ah, alright, we could just leave because there's nothing here. But we introduce how mining works in the game. Mining is heavily weighted against screwing you over and definitely needs rebalanced in my opinion. However, for the sake of showing it off in the video, we'll mine for 20 credits. We'll fire a mining probe. It might just not land. It might even get damaged in the process. Or it will actually do this, which is bring up the mining interface. So, I believe risk is indicated by the colour. Green, amber, red. There's no red here. You have a certain number of drill attempts, and then you also have kind of lose conditions. If you get 3 unstable tritanium, you lose everything. You can leave whenever you want, however. So let's try this one. Useless rocks, but the drill got saved. Alright, we'll try this one. We got tritanium, good. We'll try this one. 6 credits, that's not worth it. This one, 6 credits. And finally, let's try the amber one. 12 credits. That's it. Collect and leave. Did that give us enough for a ship upgrade though? What would we upgrade? I want to upgrade my shields if possible. Price 5. Upgrade. So, ships are upgraded to level 2 so they get 10 more health and 10 more and 14 more shield. So that was total hull then and total shield. That's fine. And with that we are leaving again. Oh, there's no shop. There's probably is somewhere here. I don't need to go to Haddad. Let's go to Uruk. You encounter a Chaxian ship. We have heard of you, they say. We want to find out whether your crew really is as skilled in battle as people say. There's no point arguing battle stations. Alright, that's the way we're going to do it. Same again. Rockets on shields, guns on their guns, and also additional damage to their... let's do additional damage to their weapons, actually. And it begins. Oh, they did some kind of buff. They used focus fire. Oh, they used focus fire on me, on my weapon system. That's not good. But I successfully took out their shields, and they're desperately clinging to try and bring them back. By the way, as far as how rockets work, you get a set number of rockets per fight, it seems. I'm not 100% sure that's how it works, but that's how it's coming across. Rather than having a resource which you have to buy. I think one more rocket on the engines, lower their evade chance. Oh! Hello invaders, that's not very nice. If we blow up their ship though, they will just disappear, unlike an FTL. Yeah. Alright, we'll need to salvage their ship wreckage. XP, not quite enough to level up yet, unfortunately. We do have enough credits to buy another crew member if I find a shop. The problem is I need to find a shop. Let's move. Ah! Shop. Fantastic. With no crewmen for sale. Typical. Well then. You could just buy tritanium for 100 credits. You can also repair your hull, which I'm going to have to do. I wish you could just double click these. I don't think that works. Yeah, it doesn't work. Right, that will do. What do they have for sale? A prototype blaster. It's a beam type weapon. 100% accuracy. Damage 15. Cooldown 15 seconds though. And then that's a small laser. Damage per shot 4. Cooldown 5. Is that the same as this? How do I... There we are. No, actually mine is half a second faster. The nice thing about the missiles is they go through shields, but the cooldown is... Oh, I see, you have a clip. 5 shots in a clip, or 5 rockets in this case, and then 40 seconds to put another clip in. Also got some programs for sale. Focus fire we have. Psionic attack, they're not my style. I am interested in this beam, but it's got a long recast. It doesn't damage the crew. Nah, we'll hold off. We'll hold off. Maybe I can get another weapon slot if I... Well, I could actually buy titanium, couldn't I? I'm going to buy it. We're still too shy from an upgrade, but I could get some more from mining. So by the way, if you want to buy into the early access version of Space Rogue, the version you're currently seeing me play, oh, we can live for that SOS I suppose. It's available for £14.99, which I actually do think is a little bit of a steep price for it in its current state. However, later on, once it's more feature rich, that's more acceptable, more in keeping with around about that price point I would expect for this type of game. Anyway, a distress signal is coming from the planet. It's uninhabited, and the Czechs have turned it into a military testing ground. The scanner warns of high seismic activity on the surface. Land. The training grounds commander meets you. Tests of a Thaxian megabomb have damaged the planetary shell. At any moment, magma could begin to rush through the cracks and burn everything in its path. The Czechs ask you to help with the evacuation. Alright. As you begin to take off, huge fountains of lava suddenly begin to erupt from the ground. One of them hits your ship. Alas, you suffer losses. The Czechs view your deed with respect and transfer a generous reward. Oh god, I lost my other engineer. That was not worth it. Oh, but I leveled up, at least. We're running out of crewmen, but I leveled up. So this is how leveling up works. You go to your ship, go to your crew, and then you spend the... Oh, I'm not going to have enough to upgrade them both. Oh dear. I'll upgrade the warrior then because I need him more. 25 more health, 3 more damage. He's better at fighting fires. He's slightly better at repair and slightly better at breach repair. He just becomes better in general. So I need 50 credits to upgrade my captain. That is a shame. That went terribly. But as I said, I've been saying, it does feel like, I'm not saying it literally is, it just feels like a lot of the events are just weighted against you, and they're all weighted to the negative results. Usually hull damage. Mine for 20 credits? Sure. Let's just do it. There's a very high chance of an event happening, apparently. No, we got away with it. Run into a trap and lost 7 credits. Run into a trap and lost 7 credits. Found useless rocks. Let's do the red one. Found treasure with 11 credits. Did we actually come out with a profit there or not? Oh yeah, we did. 2 credits. Oh, actually no, we still spent 20 to actually attempt the mining. So no, we made a massive loss. But we have actually managed to finish the sector. I think the furthest I've got was Sector 3. Jump. So now we're into another randomized area. This is actually... there's only one path to get to the far end, and only one exit as well. Blue nebula or no nebula? Let's go for no nebula. I guess we'll kind of push on until the point where I actually die. It might not be that long. A giant ship full of aggressive robots jump in nearby. We are in desperate need of credits. Oh dear. Energy for our batteries and oxygen for our meat bag slaves. Choose which one you need the least. Credits. In the modern world, robots need credits too, say the robots, accepting your bribe. Wait, I was bribing them? Yeah, they took 52 credits of my 11 credits. I think I was the one who won there. Robots are stupid. Let's go to Lunia. A ship approaches you that looks like a collection of scrap metal. It belongs to the Vagabots, vagabond robots that rebelled and united into their own race. You're just in time, meatbag. We wish to test our combat oh, I can never say that word. Algorithms. Alright, well, let's see how you handle that. Fire on board. Is that from the nebula or what they did? We need our weapons back on immediately, thank you. Although we do kind of need to be able to breathe as well, so I hope you can repair pretty quick. And not die. They might actually take us out. They're doing a lot of damage with their assault cannon and missiles. I've just lost my weapons, and we're still losing oxygen, sadly. He's going to have to run and get healed. We are gaining O2 now, though. But they're just ripping me apart. Our engines are down, so our evade chance is 0. They are dead, however, so we won. Kind of. Still not enough to upgrade either. Alright, let's get repairing, gent. Oh, it is from... There's an asteroid storm or something. It wasn't them doing that damage. That's another thing. Environmental hazards do way too much damage. They utterly ignore your shields and just rip you apart. I can't leave until my engines are back up either. Our jump chance isn't going to increase. Together, though, they repair pretty quick. Get the engines back online so we can actually start leaving. And in 25 seconds, I can repair it myself. These don't... sorry, they aren't usable, rather, if your command center is down. That's what's affected by that. They're not usable. And I believe the recast starts up again if you, like from max, if you lose the command center and have to repair it, which is especially bad. Ship's looking a bit worse for wear now too. Coming up to half hull. Repair the shields fully please gents, and then we will bung you in there to get healed. I'm regretting not upgrading my weapons rather than my shields when I had the titanium for it. Alright, we'll wait for the jump and then go. Any second now. Also, if that was environmental, why did it stop? Maybe the ship got one more shot off and I was wrong. Maybe it was the assault cannon. A shop. Sadly I don't have any money, but it's good to know that it's there. Oh, and of course now there's crew for sale. An engineer, a warrior, and a warrior. Oh, I could sell the first aid thing. Oh, you get titanium for that. That's still good though. Because that gives me enough to upgrade my weapons, I think. Let me just check into this. Yep. Max energy 1. Does that mean I have one more slot? It seems I do. Oh right, I didn't actually buy that other weapon though. It seems like I do have one extra slot because there is a blank one there. Although I assume these have different... Don't want to do that. Oh yeah, they have different energy requirements. 1 each. 2, 2. Yeah, got it. Same as FTL. Right, let's move on. If I don't die by the end of this sector, I'll stop when we get to the end of the sector. Buy the container for 50 credits, I would have loved to. Can I actually press this? No, sadly. Decline. This looks too much like a common scam. I wouldn't put it past the game for it to be a scam, yes. It does seem like negative stuff happens. We'll go this way. The robots want to take spare parts from your ship, defend, or bribe them. Well, I have to defend, I don't have any money to bribe them. Alright, here we go. Let's have a little look at their camera. They really are robots. They look like walking batteries, rather. Ooh, they've got a horrible assault cannon as well. I've decided that I hate assault cannons. Oh, they're dead though. That's handy. Got a lot of credits there. Oh, just repair that, and I believe I can upgrade my captain now. Oh, right, you have to do it from here. Hooray! He actually gets a lot better upgrades than the standard people. Our O2 should be going up. No, wait, no, it's not. Now it will. Good. We barely survived another encounter. We have no money, no titanium, whatever it was called. Not looking good. But that is generally the way the runs seem to go. Oh, a red planet. Absolutely. A mining town on a nearby planet needs money to buy spare parts for a damaged automated drill. I can do neither of those things, sorry. No, they did interest me, it's just I couldn't help them. The game was implying that I was a heartless bastard there. Oh, and again! No, I can't pay the fine. Try and flee. Unfortunately, your risky takeoff maneuver wasn't without its costs. Hull got damaged by 9 points. 49 hull left. Okay, we'll make this SOS the last thing we do. It might kill us, we'll see. A luxury cruise ship has collided with a meteorite and is drifting towards a nearby planet. The liner is already partially destroyed and is sure to burn up in the atmosphere. There aren't enough escape pods for everyone. The passengers need help. Dock with the first class deck or the third class deck. Oh, this is a nasty decision. Or just leave them all to their deaths. I'm going to flip my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coin. Turtles, first class. Casey Jones, third class. Turtles, first class. Wait, did I say they were first class? I think I did. I can't remember. The rich passengers from the first class have worked themselves into a panic stampede. Several passengers and a member of your crew die as a result. With some difficulties, you manage to impose order. The reward for saving the passengers makes up for your loss to some extent, at least. So I lost my warrior. See, someone managed to get killed by a bunch of rich twats. And I barely made anything in return. I could also mine here, actually. Let's do it. I've got just my captain left. This is a nightmare. I can't even open doors to suffocate enemies if they invade either. Lost 7 credits. Useless rocks, but I got the drawback. 5 credits. Titanium, oh, it was unstable though. And 8 credits. So how do I feel about Space Rogue? I think it needs a lot of work from a balancing perspective. Beyond that, it's got the same type of gameplay as FTL, so I like it. Different visual style, I'm not sure which I prefer to be honest. But it does have a bit more, it feels like it goes on for longer. And that your final goal isn't a set confrontation, it's semi-randomised, which I find interesting. Anyway, if you are interested in more, you can check out a link to the Steam Store page for the early access version in the description box below. Please like the video if you did indeed like it, or just want to show your support to me and or the developers. And stay tuned for more daily gaming stuff. My name has been Flik, this has been Space Rogue, and ta-ta for now.